The high-speed video showing pitcher's arms in slow motion has renewed my interest in reviewing the stresses involved. Madison Bumgarner is an almost exact example of the high-speed film taken in the early 70s of Ron Bryant and several other prominent pitchers at the time. The example here is Bob Knepper, then a starting pitcher for the Giants. The pitch is a straight down 12-6 overhand curveball. This video is here to make the point that this is not new information. The throwing action involves inward rotation of the shoulder and forearm pronation. I'm using this sequence of Bob Knepper because the best pictures were destroyed by overuse. Here the shoulder is rotated totally outward and the hand is moving to the outside of the ball with the little finger leading to release. Up to this point we found nothing unexpected. Rotated outward and ready for the inward rotation to throw the ball. We were moderately surprised to find the hand so much on the side of the ball at release. We also found with the better pictures of Bryant that the wrist was slightly flexed and the elbow was not quite fully extended. Keep in mind this was the early 70s, so when we got here we were stunned beyond belief. The thumb is turned down, the palm is facing outward and rotating totally opposite of what we thought. When the arm reached a point about horizontal to the ground, we again saw movement that led to concern. The whole process began when Ron Bryant wanted to add an overhand curve. He was told to lead with the little finger, reach out front, pull down hard or snap the ball down hard, and finish with the palm up. The action we thought was spinning the ball was happening well after release. Inward rotation of the shoulder and pronation of the forearm was stopped and reversed in a little more than 1/1000th of a second. Two things are of concern here. The forces to support the violent reversal and outward rotation of the shoulder involves the rotator cuff, specifically the often injured teres minor. The other concern is that this is where the reversal of the pronation to rapid supination creates a collision between the lower end of the humerus and the ulna. This puts the cartilage at the ends of both joints at risk. Since the whole point of this endeavor is to identify points of high stress, we are measuring movement and the time it takes to reach speed. The highest measurable stress occurs when the shoulder starts its inward rotation. The amount of stress here depends on how the arm and hand got to this position. To illustrate this point, let's take another look at Mark Prior. His shoulder is rotated inward and his hand is well in front of his elbow. You can see here that the shoulder is rotating outward and the hand is going backward as he prepares to rotate his shoulder inward to start the throw. This produces a leverage force that is avoided by the arm action displayed by Juan Marichal. I don't recall anyone advocating this position with the palm under the ball and the humerus rotated outward. It's always been, and the consensus has been, palm to the second base, which rotates the humerus inward. Marichal approaches this position with the shoulder already rotated outward and the ball moving forward toward the plate. These pictures of Romo and Bumgarner clearly show that the ball is released well before any action to pull down out front or reach out and finish with your palm up. What we found is that if you emphasize the inward rotation and pronation at the release point and use the analogy of the pitching machine spinning the ball by rotating in the opposite direction of the ball spin, you not only reduce the stress points but add to the spin.